A lot of people do ask me, I don't know how to do costing. How am I going to charge? How do I know what I should be charging? How do I know what is undercharging? And I always say there are a couple of things to consider. Now, I can't give you specific answers like I always say because there's too many different variables. How much you should charge depends on where you are. I'm not going to say that someone in Birmingham should charge the same thing as someone in Kent. It wouldn't make any sense. You would do the market research based on how much your competitors are charging, right? If you're a new care agency and your competitors are charging £35, that's just a random number, guys, you would charge £25 because you want your pricing to be competitive. But that is more for domiciliary care agencies. For supported living, you have to make sure that you are charging the right price, because if you undercharge, local authorities will get suspicious. How are you undercharging that much? How are you going to pay your carers? How are you going to pay yourself? So definitely don't undercharge, but definitely don't overcharge. The pricing has to be reasonable. And how you determine if your pricing is reasonable is by asking questions. Ask questions. Call your local council and ask them questions. Email them. Call competitors, call people who have previously done tenders or have been in supported living or have been in care agencies for a long time. Do your research. There's going to have to be a lot of swallowing of pride, guys, because you might have to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. But trust me, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. I see some people who start up their company as a CQC service provider and they're doing research on what to charge once they're already accredited, and that just makes no sense to me. Like, how did you get this far without knowing how much you're going to charge? Shouldn't that have been established when you were doing your market research? So guys, please, this is not that difficult. Do your market research and therefore you will know how much to charge. As a new care agency, supported living provider, I would say make sure that your rates are competitive, but make sure they are reasonable. Because if they're too low, people are going to think, how are you going to pay your carers? This is stable. But if it's too high, it's just a deterrent. So make sure you have that nice middle ground that allows you to have a good margin, but also allows you to have that competitive edge.